good to see everyone here today. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living right here in beautiful Fullerton, California. My name is Tomoko Rosas and I'm a practitioner here at this spiritual center. Please join me in stating our purpose statement. We are a loving spiritual community empowering all to live healthy and successful lives through practicing the principles of science of mind. So before we get started, I have some housekeeping items here and announcements. Today we have a wonderful guest speaker, Reverend Donna. Baranyay? Yes. Okay, I will introduce her later. And our workshop last week with Reverend Catherine was wonderful, and some of the student works are still on display, and it's still sticky, so please, be careful. And today is our first day of our 40 days of thankful living, a spiritual journey in cultivating a grateful heart. It starts today, and we have these free booklets for you to take home, and every day there's a short spiritual reading and a place to list things. So it occupies or it engages your right brain and your left brain at the same time, and focusing on gratitude. And gratitude is a good thing all year long, but we're going to do it together for 40 days. So please join us for that. And if you have anybody at home that you'd like to take a booklet home to, please feel free. Next Sunday is our new member Sunday and minister's reception. And if you are so moved to join us as a member, please see Sally today. And backed by popular demand, bingo at the center on Sunday, October 29th. This time, it's a Halloween / fall harvest theme, so costumes are optional. Please sign up today, and it is $20 per person, and it includes 2 bingo cards, a lucky raffle ticket, and light lunch, and lots of fun, guaranteed. We are also having a $1 ticket raffle that's going on now, and the drawing is going to be on the 29th as well. And for the raffle, there's no need to be present for that. The Spiritual Growth Support Group is ongoing on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., and anybody could come in, so join us if you can. Still gathering students for Foundations of Science of Mind class, and we'll open it when we have enough students. So please let me know if you're interested. Unexpected Income Club is ongoing, and if you'd like more info, please see me after service. Thank you so much, and I'm going to pass it on to Tommy.
I need to be still, let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When this old world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still. Let God love me.
Good morning. Please join me in prayer. There is one power, one presence, one life. That life is God. This magnificent intelligence is all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere present. I know it as love, as joy, as freedom, and as power. This life created all from itself. Therefore, I am Spirit's unique expression in human form. This power and presence is my life, and this is the truth for all. God expresses in, through, and us all. I know today's service is good and very good. I am grateful and thankful for the hands that make this service possible. Blessings for the music that uplifts our spirit. Blessings for the Board of Trustees whose business is the business of this center. Blessings to my fellow practitioners. Blessings to the ushers and greeters. Blessings to the Coffee Fellowship. And special blessings to our guest speaker, Reverend Donna B., and to our beloved Reverend Bill Salisbury and his lovely wife, Beverly Preston. My reading for today is from 365 Signs of Mind, and it's on page 299, and it reads, knowing the truth leads me into a more abundant life. Today, I affirm that with God, all things are possible. I am conscious that the reality of my being is not separated from the divine. I am not only one with God, God is also one with me and one in me. Deliberately, I turn to this inner self, knowing that it has no problems. It is never poor, sick, weak, or unhappy. Persistently, I practice the divine presence. I enter the gates of good with praise and thanksgiving, finding joy and fulfillment in everything I do. Complete prosperity is mine. Good is forever flowing, eternally manifesting itself to me. My good flows to me from every source because I recognize all sources as divine. My hands open to receive and remain open that they may again give out and thus multiply these divine gifts. Today, the truth leads me into the possession of everything necessary to my well-being here on earth when I discover the inner kingdom with its spiritual gifts. The material gifts that shadow forth this inner kingdom will also make their appearance. I now forget any wrong that may have appeared in my outer world, and turning with gratitude to that inner light, I think upon those things that are good. I no longer contend against people or events. In doing this, I become emancipated from previous bondage today. Everything in my experience is made new. Today, I expect and accept only good. Please join me in prayer. I hold conscious communion with Spirit. I can feel its warmth in the exchange of thought. I feel the presence of the divine. I sense it in everything. It flows in transcendent loveliness into my world of thought and form. Ever renewing, vitalizing, bringing joy, harmony, and blessings to everything and everyone it touches. I am united with all. I am one with the eternal light itself. The presence of Spirit within me blesses everyone I meet, heals everything it touches, brings gladness into the life of everyone I contact. I recognize all sources as divine. Therefore, I am a blessing to myself to humankind and to the day in which I live. Today, I uncover the perfection within me. I look out upon the world of my affairs, knowing that the spirit within me makes my way both immediate and easy. I know there is nothing in me that could possibly obstruct or withhold the divine circuit of life and love. God flows through me to all. Good harmonizes my mind, so that love sings joyously in my heart. I am completely conscious of all good in me, around me, and in all that is. I release my word into the action of the law. I let it be, and so it is. Thank you.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. I am that I am. The seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the harvest we sow. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the harvest. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Reverend Donna Baranyay is here with us. A little bit about Reverend Donna. She found her way to religious science and the science of my teaching as a teenager, and she never looked back. Reverend Donna has been a licensed CSL practitioner for 20 years. You started early, yes. And a religious science minister since 2007. For the past 15 years, Reverend Donna has been called to hospice chaplaincy and grief counseling, a call she is honored to have answered. Reverend Donna affiliated her ministry with Center for Spiritual Living in 2023 and is excited to begin this new and exciting adventure in the unfolding of her ministry. Reverend Donna currently serves as a staff minister at CSL Huntington Beach, and we know Reverend Patty really well, and supports Centers for Spiritual Living by Celia as a guest speaker as well. And today she is speaking on harvesting our good. So please join me in welcoming Reverend Donna Baranyay.
Thank you. So grateful to be here. I have a little bit of a history with CSL Fullerton through my best friend who got married at the CSL Fullerton about 15 years ago, and I was blessed to be her maid of honor. So I remember your old building a little bit, and it was such a joy to be there, to feel the energy. So to be here today means a lot to me. And I kind of feel Reverend Jackie's presence with me today. I'm house sitting at Jeannie's this weekend, so I'm not far from here, and I've had a lot of conversations with Reverend Jackie in these last few days. But what I wanted to talk about today is about harvesting our good, and what does that mean for each of us. And Tommy, that song was perfect. I could have said, and so it is, and here we go, because the song really, really spoke to everything that we teach here in Science of Mind and in religious science. Because the truth is that that divine is who we are, and I believe Eva mentioned it in the meditation, that we're here by divine appointment. Each and every one of us who've come through our doors today is here by divine appointment, or who's watching on Facebook or YouTube, or however you're hearing the message today. I listened to last week's message through your website, through the YouTube channel, and it was a beautiful talk. It was a beautiful message. So I know the words that are spoken here are divinely inspired. There's a Buddhist story called The Empty Boat. And there was a Buddhist monk who was trying to find a quiet place to meditate in the monastery. He tried inside the monastery, out on the grounds of the monastery, and he couldn't find that quietness. So he found a lake nearby, and he found a rowboat, and he rowed out into the center of the lake, where he felt quiet, and he felt peace and serenity, and he was able to meditate. And as he was sitting in this boat, surrounded by this peace and meditation, he all of a sudden felt his boat jarred. And he came out of his meditation, and he's looking around, and he realizes a boat has hit his, and he's really upset at who this driver, why did they not go around him, or what happened. And he realized that the boat didn't have anyone in it. So he felt that maybe it got loose or whatever, but then as he went back into his meditation, he realized that empty boat represented something else. And I think for many of us, when we are meditating or going about our day, we may find things that jar us from our center. It could be a frustration or a resentment, or somebody said something we didn't appreciate. Whatever it might be for each of us, that can take us from our center. So in this story, it reminds me to go back to center. And whatever that empty boat is in our life that represents us, to trust and know that there's a divine greater than us that is working through and as us, that these empty boats bring us to that place to practice a spiritual practice. I loved your saying over there, help is a prayer away. And in your bulletin it said, stop by and talk to a practitioner, it's good for your health. In your newsletter, reach out for support if you're feeling jarred in that moment. Because when we harvest our good, it comes with all kinds of other things that may be going on in our world. But it's our invitation to go to center. It's our invitation to recognize that there is a greater power and we can use it. Ernest Holmes said that. He also had another quote that I wanted to share. I live in faith that there is a presence and a power greater than I am that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I know that this presence is all-knowing and all-power and is always right where I am. So when I'm harvesting the good and recognizing the truth of who I am is that divine expression, that light, what am I looking out into the world? What is it that's being represented to each and every one of us? When you think of a harvest, what do you think of? Do you think of food? Like we're going to harvest our crops? Or we're going to harvest cotton so we have clothing and we have other things? Or we're going to harvest feed so our animals are fed? What if you think about a spiritual crop? What do you think a spiritual crop might mean? It's something that's calling us all forth from within us, that is aligning us with that higher idea of why we are here. We're here to express spirit. But a crop starts with a seed. Reverend Jackie used to say, if you want peas, you can't plant carrots. If I want roses, I can't plant cucumbers. And then wonder why I'm not getting roses. So what is it that we're thinking about and wanting to empower ourselves with? What are the choices that we're making? Are we making them from a place of inspiration or desperation? When we think about the seeds that we're wanting to plant, are we coming forth from that higher yet to be? Wayne Dyer in The Power of Intention says, we become what we think about, and Emerson reminds us the ancestor to every action is a thought. So I'm going to invite you to think about the seeds that you're planting in your own thoughts, in your own mind. Are they of joy, of gratitude, of peace, and of joy? Are we embracing love? Or are we looking out in the world and seeing appearances and coming from that place of desperation, of wanting to see it differently? I invite us to anchor into that greater yet to be within us and focus on the love that is present. Ernest Holmes said that there was a thread through all faith traditions that taught the same thing. And I truly believe that what he was teaching was love and compassion and harmony and unity. To be loved, to be healed, to be inspired. We come here on Sundays to be inspired, to be reminded of who we are. So when we go out into the world and an empty boat hits ours, it may not jar us as much as it might, because it's a reminder to go to center, to go to the divine within us. Again, I'm going to ask you to think about the seeds that you're planting, because now in fall time it's about reaping that harvest. It's about cultivating what we have cultivated, and now it's showing up in form. And we're getting this invitation to go to gratitude coming next month in Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, but October is one of my favorite months, because it's a reminder that we're about to enter into the quiet. If you think about nature and the seasons, we're entering into that quiet, reflective time, and our bodies are listening. Society's getting busy and ramping up for the holidays, but our bodies are wanting to slow down and maybe meditate more, contemplate more, journal more, whatever it might be. But I'm going to ask you to what motivates you. What is it, the spirit that is calling itself forth from within you to express and to show up and to be? We just had Friday the 13th on Friday, and I decided to do a little research on it because I think it kind of got a bad rap. Friday the 13th, pre-Christian times, was a time of sacredness, of recognizing the divine feminine within all of us, of that opportunity to anchor into that quiet time. And what a gift that is to think about the inner knowingness, the inner receptivity of who we are. What a gift that is. I also looked up the definition of superstitions, because we often think of superstitions with Friday the 13th. And the dictionary defines it as a belief or way of behaving that is based on fear of the unknown and faith in magic or luck. A belief that certain events or things will bring good or bad luck. So many of us think of the black cat, or not walking under a ladder, or breaking a mirror. But what about the positive superstitions? Lucky rabbit's foot, number 7, whatever it might be that brings luck to you. For me, it's this, I have certain jewelry that I wear that is anchoring me into spirit, and it's important to hear and sense and know that. But at the same time, those superstitions can keep us out of alignment with spirit, because we're always focusing on something that we're believing that may keep us from our good. So what if we were to release those beliefs and know from the truth of who we are, that divine essence that's expressing itself in this very moment within you? Ernest Holmes in 365 says, "As I go forth today and embark on the wonderful experience of living, I am on a journey of self-discovery, and also of the discovery of the self hidden in everyone, and the power in back of everything. So when we look at each other, we'll see the divine. Look for that seed of divinity within each of us. Karen Drucker calls it the face of God. Jamie Luna talks about we're reaping it, that we are the reason we're here. Daniel Nehemiah calls it the one power. And he has all these beautiful words for one power. God, Baha'u'llah, love, Father Sky, Mother Earth. All of these words mean the same thing, but it's a way we connect individually with the divine. My favorites are harmony and unity and compassion and grace, and there's so many words, and gratitude. Coming forth from a place of gratitude opens doors that may not have been there. We might not have seen it because we were looking for something else. Being grateful for something, we have no idea what we're walking through now will show up later. When I walked through the doors of the Huntington Beach Church of Religious Science in 1987, I had no idea that 30-some years later, I would be a minister in CSL, and grateful for that. I was finding myself as a teenager, and I answered the call. I was invited to attend. And that's where I met Jeannie, and then I met her mom, Reverend Jackie Smith. And what a gift it is to answer that call. The journey is an infinite time together. I work in hospice. I work with an end of life. And what a gift it is, a sacred moment to be there as we're walking these journeys in life, getting ready to let go of a container that's no longer containing us, to step into a greater yet to be. But while we're here, what is it that we're being called to do? What is it that you're being called to answer? Jeannie's son's name is Braden, and he's a baseball player. He's in Florida right now at a baseball tournament, and I noticed something was on his whiteboard, and I asked his mom if I could share it, and Braden said yes. He has goals written on his whiteboard. You can tell he's the child of a science mind parent. His yearly goal is to work hard and listen to his coaches. How do we translate spiritually? Treat and move our feet. Listen to that still small voice within. Listen to however you may get your messages. Sometimes it's in a song, or somebody says something you didn't expect. I was talking to someone this weekend, she's talking about embracing love. It was a spiritual nugget for me. He says, get better, 1% better each day. What if we utilized our spiritual practices every day and grew 1% every day in maybe something we're working towards? Being more compassionate, or kind, or grateful. Have a good approach and mentality at the plate and on the mound. He's a pitcher. What if we had a good approach in life? What if we looked at something and looked for the good instead of what we might be fearing? Marianne Williamson says sometimes she thinks we're more afraid of our success than our failure. And I wonder if that's true for many of us. So what if we were to take an approach spiritually to step into our day? Whether it's to listen to something that's important to us, or a meditation, or say a few affirmations. Have a prayer partner that you can text if you need prayer, or call, or both. His weekly goals are to stay positive and keep away from the negative. I think that's a pretty good daily goal. And to recognize when we're falling into that place of the negativity and find a way out of that. Practice like I play. Walk my talk. How does that mean, and what does that mean to each of you to walk your talk? When I licensed 20 years ago as a practitioner, I was like, wow, I had no idea how fast time would fly. Life flies, doesn't it, sometimes? The days are long, but the years are short, is what I hear quite often. But how can we anchor into that and recognizing and knowing that that time is a gift? His last weekly goal is to be a good person inside and out. He's 14. This young man's going places. I'm grateful he said yes to me sharing these with all of you, because there's a way for us to harvest our good in every moment. There's an opportunity for us to step into that greater yet to be and imagine what it is. I also was a cast member at Disney for 16 years, and Walt Disney was all about imagination and creativity, wasn't he? He felt Disneyland was open at the top, that it would continue to be built and change and new attractions and all of these things. What did Ernest Holmes teach? We're open at the top. We are continually evolving. When we can harvest our good and step into that greater yet to be, it'll be unique for each and every one of us, because each and every one of us is a little different, and yet we are connected at the same. I once heard it'd be a boring world if we were all plumbers. I sing in the key of R. Your music is beautiful. My daughter can sing. She's a scientist, raised in this faith. I see her using these principles every day. We all have a different gift to bring to the world. I'm inviting us to tap into that goodness, to tap into that truth. Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. So I wonder what the coming attraction is for each of us here at our center. I loved Reverend Catherine's talk last week and about Kintsugi. I used that term, I hope I pronounced it correctly, because that's a beautiful, beautiful spiritual practice, and it's a reminder that when we are feeling broken, or we're feeling that we're not part of that one in this moment, that beautiful story and that beautiful practice can remind us that there's beauty within all of us, and where the cracks are, the light comes in. And it's also the opportunity for the healing. And we're beautiful people, even on a greater scheme, greater level, for having walked through that part of the journey and found the resilience that's within us, found the divine that's within us, touched that place of love that has never been born, has never died. It is the truth of who we are. Ernest Holmes called it birthless, deathless, timeless, changeless. That's the presence of each of us. And I invite us to take that into the world this week, with whomever you come in contact with, over the phone, in person, may it be a stranger, whatever it might be, because when we harvest our good, we're stepping into an emphatic yes to life. My favorite Science of Mind magazine is also in October, because they use a lot of Ernest Holmes in October. And I'm going to read a part of one. It's called Its Nature is to Impart, and it's from October 7th. Emerson's quote says, all I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. Divine ideas stand back of all human thought, and seeking admittance through the doorway of the mind. The heartbeat of the universe is at the center of every living soul, and the presence of God within us waits patiently for our recognition. We must awaken to the realization that a divine partnership has already been formed between the seen and the invisible. We should daily feel a deeper union with life, a far greater sense of the indwelling God, the God of the seen and of the unseen within us. The Spirit responds to us by a direct impartation of itself through us, but it can give us only what we can take. It imparts of itself only as we partake of its nature. I invite you to maybe journal on what it is you're willing to partake of. The infinite knowingness becomes our wisdom only in such degree as we embody its intelligence. Its nature is to impart, ours to receive. When we stand with our back to the light, we cast a shadow across the pathway of our own experience. I'm going to repeat one line. Its nature is to impart, ours to receive. What are you willing to receive in order to harvest your good? Mental equivalents say we can harvest to the degree that we believe. What is it that you are trusting and wanting to express into the world today? What is it that you want to show up with as the world as love in action? To embrace love, no matter what we're seeing in the world, to recognize there's a higher idea unfolding right here, right now within each and every one of us. And I'm going to invite us to turn within in prayer. Because I recognize and know in gratitude that there is only God. There is only that one presence, that one light, that one love. It is the life that is God in action. It is the life that you and I are living in this moment because we are one in this truth. If I'm feeling a separateness from Spirit, I'm asking myself who moved, because it wasn't Spirit. I align with that higher truth, that higher idea of who I am in this moment. As I harvest the good in life, as I look to the thoughts that I am thinking, I'm feeling, I trust and know there's a higher idea having its way within, through, and as each and every one of us, because I know the power of the one. The power that is greater than us that we can use. And this is an invitation to open our hearts, open our minds, open our arms, to reach and accept and receive the greater good, so we can harvest it in our world and show up as love in action, or joy in action, or whatever divine quality speaks to you in this moment. Because I absolutely know that all is unfolding in ease and grace in this time. Coming together this morning in celebration of Spirit, to be healed, to be inspired, to be loved, is the gift that we have in this moment. And I open my arms and receive it with a grateful yes. Grateful to be here today. Thank you, Reverend Bell. Thank you, all of you who have invited me to be here this morning. Because in this space, there's only one light and one love, and I call it good, and I call it God. Releasing my word into the law with great gratitude. Grateful, grateful, grateful. Say, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. It is truly a gift and a blessing.
This is our opportunity to share our abundance. We know that all good comes from the one source, God, and for this we are grateful. We bless these tithes, gifts, and offerings, knowing they are given from the central core of who we are, which is God made manifest on this plane of existence. We send them forward with no strings and no conditions to do its good work in the world, and so it is.
Seeds on the ground, watering them with my sweat and tears, scattering them all around. Guess what I'm supposed to do with my ears? Funny things, I ain't know what I planted will never show. It always seems to be a perfect mystery. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, meant to soar will soar. I'm planting seeds, nothing more. Sometimes I feel like to pretend I know what the harvest will be, but I always find out in the end it's always really up to me. Funny thing is when I just do my work and simply trust, always seems that life is looking out for me. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, and to soar will soar. I'm planting seeds, nothing more. I'm the only one of millions. When all is said and done, I'll just do what's mine to do and let it be. Whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. I am planting seeds and nothing more. Thank you. This is the last one.
Perfect package. Right? Yes. All right.
All right.
Something wonderful is happening truly right now. It is happening in my mind. It is happening in my mind. It is happening